Schreiner. I teach jiu-jitsu at Marcelo Garcia Academy in New York, and I'm from Santa Cruz, California. This summer, I returned to Cuba. I went to Cuba for the first time in 1997, right after I graduated high school. You know, for the most part, it was just go spearfishing during the day. There's no waves. I don't know why I brought my boards. It was there in the middle of summer. But every time we'd drive towards the center of the city, like, we'd pass this jiu-jitsu school. And I stopped by a few times, and there was, it was always closed. There was never anyone around. I think it was a Japanese jiu-jitsu school. Obviously, Cuba, I wanted to go back. I had an amazing time. It's such an incredible, beautiful, and complicated place. So this just seemed like a great opportunity to connect with people and give whatever I have to offer to help them, in their development of jiu-jitsu. So this summer I was invited to teach jiu-jitsu at El Camino. It's a martial arts club in Havana. Cuba has obviously super rich combat sports history, especially in wrestling, freestyle and Greco, judo and boxing. I think I started jiu-jitsu in 96, and seeing that school there in 97, I think I just got my blue belt, or maybe I was even still a white belt. And to my knowledge, there still hasn't really been anyone that's taught jiu-jitsu in Cuba. I know Robert Drysdale taught a seminar to the judo national team, I believe, a few years ago. The level of athleticism is pretty incredible there, and the culture of the gym, from my experience, is great. It's reminded me a lot of wrestling rooms that I've been in before. It was very playful, but the training was very hard. Yeah, there's so much potential there for jiu-jitsu to develop. All the preconditions are there. They still have, more or less, from my understanding, like a Soviet system approach to developing talent and developing athletes, using gymnastics as basically a donor sport to expand affordances athletically. So basically do everything they want with their bodies. Is really just, in terms of jiu-jitsu, it's a lack of exposure, and lack of opportunity. They just don't have the competition circuit, first and foremost. They don't have access to instructionals, even access to YouTube, just because it's prohibitively expensive to download, and have that data. So I was only there for a week. I taught, I think, 4 sessions. So I just tried to focus on getting out as much information as I could. I tried to, in my opinion, like, what were aspects of the game they're probably not exposed to. I think we focused a little bit on escapes, on guard retention, on single leg X, seated guard, and just more broadly, like, how they can adapt the skills they already have as quickly, as efficiently as possible to jiu-jitsu and grappling. They have all the potential, in the world. It's just, finding those opportunities, and hopefully they can develop that culture of, develop a competition scene there and get access and kind of become part of the global conversation of, like, what jiu-jitsu is now. It's always great to visit other programs that are high level, but to see how practice is run, and the energy at practice, and the way jiu-jitsu is often practiced in the U.S. especially, but even globally, is very much like as a business, and it's refreshing sometimes to be in a room where that's not really the case. The vibe in the gym was incredible. Like it felt like after a day I was, I'd been there for forever, and I really felt like I, got to connect with a bunch of the athletes, and yeah, it made me sad to go home, Similar to Brazil, it's like an incredibly fun place to be, and people are super warm, and the plan is I'd love to go back, and love to, continue to be a part of their jiu-jitsu journey, and they have a great foundation, so that, it's just a matter, I think, of time and resources, and, hopefully we're going to see them on the bigger stages in the future.